Armor King is back once again in Tekken 8 as the latest DLC character to join the roster. Whether or not it's your first time with the darker, edgier, spikier man with the leopard mask, we're here to go over his Tekken 8 iteration's best moves, punishes, combos, and so much more. As always, thanks to Bandai Namco esports manager Alex Julio for walking me through this character, and without further ado, let's break down Armor King. If you've watched the reveal trailer for Armor King, you probably have a good sense already of what's new to this version. He's fully embracing his heel persona, complete with Poison Mist, which is just a normal move now, not a rage drive. He can apparently blow fire on his arm, and if he gets the better of you, you better believe you're going through a table. For strengths, as you'd imagine, he's got great throws, very high damage, and good frame data on a lot of his best attacks. But the big downside, as we'll get into once we look at a lot of these moves, is that they're very linear, which means he's going to have to mix in homing attacks to get a knowledgeable opponent to stop stepping. Let's start off by looking at his best moves. To begin, we've got down forward 1, 13 frames, plus 7 on hit, and only minus 3 on block. It's just a very solid mid poke that can be used in stagger pressure, but even better, he's got a follow-up in down forward 1-2, and if the second hit catches someone trying to interrupt, it will crumple them and leave Armor King in a position to deliver the Will Ospreay special. Then there's down 2, a returning move that's still very strong in Tekken 8. It's a 17 frame mid attack that recovers crouching and leaves Armor King at plus 5 on regular hit. On counter hit, you're at plus 13, which lets you follow up with while standing 3-1, which is a heat engager. It tracks pretty well to the left, but not so much to the right. Down 3 is a 17 frame low that leaves Armor King at plus 2 on hit and only minus 12 on block, making it a fairly low risk low attack that you can throw into your offense. Forward neutral 2 is a move that he shares with King. It's a far reaching low attack, and while it doesn't end with a lariat on counter hit, it does allow Armor King to transition into his bad jaguar stance at plus 8 on hit if he holds forward, and plus 10 on counter hit. It's minus 13 on block, but fortunately will not transition into the stance unless it hits. We'll touch more upon that stance in a bit, but as you'd imagine, it's a stance with a number of follow-ups that will force the opponent to guess. The downside of this move, like King's, is that it's fairly linear and can be sidestepped both left and right. Back 4 is a lot like King's forward 3, except instead of a follow-up DDT, Armor King gets a follow-up stunner if you press 1+2 on hit. It's only minus 9 on block, but as you can probably guess at this point, it's very linear and can be sidestepped both ways. Back 1+2 is Armor King's mid-hitting shove attack. It's 16 frames, does no damage, is plus 4 on regular hit, but on counter hit, leaves Armor King at plus 15, giving him a 4-2-1 follow-up for a heat engager, sidesteppable in both directions. Armor King has a new move on his back 3+4, and this one's a 20 frame homing mid attack that's only minus 9 on block, and on hit, will knock down and wall stun if against the wall. Definitely something to incorporate into your offense if you start seeing your opponent starting to sidestep your pressure. On sidestep 2, Armor King has a 19 frame sidestepping low. It's plus 3 on hit, and won't be getting him punished too hard if blocked at minus 12. Another move for Armor King is forward 2, which is kind of like a Mishima Demon Paw. Plus 5 on hit, minus 6 on block, with pretty good pushback potentially leading to a spacing trap, and on counter hit, it leads to a pretty damaging combo. If your opponent starts trying to sidestep forward 2, that's when you can start throwing in forward 3, which is a 17 frame homing heel kick that leads to a knockdown. It's faster than his other homing attack on back 3+4 and plus 2 on block, but the trade-off is that it's a high. On up back 1, Armor King has another new move that's a 24 frame homing high swipe that's plus 5 on block, and on hit it knocks down with a handful of follow-ups. But the real value of this move is when it's used in heat. While in heat, this move turns into a launcher on hit, and on block allows him to transition into his bad jaguar stance at plus 8. Another great move he has is down back 2-1, which is a mid-string that is plus 3 on block and wall stuns. The bad thing about it is that it doesn't track left or right, making it vulnerable to both sidewalk and sidestep. Armor King's bad jaguar stance has him leaning forward with his arms out, ready for a number of follow-ups. It's not a held stance, as it only lasts for about a second before he reverts back to normal. While in the stance, Armor King has an automatic punch parry in the form of his Poison Mist. If it hits, you get a guaranteed throw opportunity. He has a number of ways to get into the stance. He can get into it manually by hitting forward 3+4, but he also has a number of strings where he can opt into going into stance by holding forward. Strings like 1-2-1 forward, though you're -11 even on hit when going into this stance, so you probably don't want to do that. 3+4, 1 forward puts you in the stance at +8 on hit. Forward 1+2 forward, which is an armored move that only transitions on hit while being -12 on block. Down forward 2-1 forward puts him in stance at +8. Back 1-2 forward also puts him in at +8 on hit. Forward forward neutral 2 forward, +8 on hit, and the aforementioned up back 1, which gets you in the stance at +8 on block. While in Bad Jaguar stance, your follow-ups are Bad Jaguar 1, which is an 11 frame high and your fastest option out of the stance, +8 on hit and +1 on block. Bad Jaguar 2, which has 2 follow-ups in either 2-3 or 2-4. 2-4 leads to a stunner, while 2-3 can be used in combos to tornado. 2-4 is hit confirmable as well. Bad Jaguar 3, which is a 20 frame power crush that's -13 on block and tracks to the right, but not the left. While in heat, he has a follow-up with 3-2 that is +5 on block. Bad Jaguar 4, a 17 frame low that leaves you at +3 on hit, knocks down on counter hit, and is -13 on block. If you think they're not going to press anything and you want to keep your turn, you can do Bad Jaguar 1+2, which is a 26 frame mid that leaves you at +5 on block. It can be sidewalked in both directions though. And finally, he has his giant swing out of Bad Jaguar as well on 1+3 out of stance, and another throw on 2+4. Speaking of throws, let's just touch on some of Armor King's unique throws, because he is a king after all. His 2+4 throw has an extension in down 1+2 that deals a little bit of extra damage and can stage transition by breaking the floor. Down forward 2+3 is a headbutt that is a 2 break. Down back 1+2 and up forward 1+2 are 2 throws that are 1+2 breaks. His most damaging throw is his Tombstone Piledriver on down back, neutral, forward 2+4. This one also stage transitions through the floor. He's also got a Shining Wizard on forward 2+4. This actually becomes a homing attack during heat, and hitting it restores heat time. He has a quarter circle back 1+2 throw that's a 1+2 break, and is also a homing attack during heat that restores heat time. His giant swing is the same input as King's, and is also a 1 break. He also has a couple of different throws he can use while the opponent is on the ground, and of course he's got his chain throws, wall throws, crouching throws, bounce throws. He's just got a lot of throws. On his 10 frame punish, he's got 1-2 and 2-1. 2-1 will be the better option as it's slightly more damage and 1 more frame of advantage on hit. For 12 frames, he's got back 1-2, which leaves him at +8 and can be transitioned into his Bad Jaguar stance. For 13 frames, there's 4-3, which leaves you at +9. For 14 frames, he has a few options. Down back 2-3 is best for when you're at the wall, as it will wall stun, but down back 2-4 is the better option if there's no walls around, as it leaves you at +7 on hit. And if you're fast enough, you can do forward 4, which is a heat engager. For 15 frames, he has up forward 2-1, up forward 4, and if you're really fast, you could do his Dark Upper. All of these are combo starters. He also has forward 2-1 if you're out of range of one of his launchers, or you just want the heat engager. For 16 frames, and for moments where he's pushed back very far, he has back 3. For anything slower than 23 frames, you can do a delayed hop kick with up forward neutral 4. For while standing punishes, at 11 frames, his fastest punish is while standing 4, which leaves him at +5. While standing 2 is his 12 frame punish, a counter hit launcher, and +3 on normal hit. While standing 3-1 is his 13 frame punish, and it's a heat engager. While standing 1 is his launching 15 frame while standing punish. And from crouch down forward 2 is your hardest hitting punish while crouched for anything more than 24 frames. Now let's put this together and look at some starter combos for Armor King, covering a couple of different starters and situations. And that's Armor King. Thanks so much for watching, and for everything else, keep it here on IGN.